Hi, folks. We're looking at posing an appropriate comparison question using a given multivariate data set. Now, I will post links to my Google Documents. There's also this one here, which I've just started compiling, and it's got just some terms and the user-friendly definitions or, the jargons as well. So I'll keep compiling this as I go along, and you may need to refer to this. So, there are five important things in order to get your question correct. One of them is, of course, the category variable. Now, this can happen in subgroups. For example, you could look at eye color. Eye color is a um, categorical variable, and you can look at blue-eyed people and green-eyed people and compare their heights, weights, etc. What I have here is an example of Rio Olympics. I'll look at that later. Now, you also need to have a numerical variable. So numerical variable means like something such as height, weight, salary, um, something which can be measured and has number values in it. The word tends is very important to have tendency there, or the action of movement. And of course, the movement in direction. What I mean by that is larger, smaller, heavier, lighter, etc. And you must refer to what population your question is referring to. So I wonder if this gap here is your categorical variable. So this will be one part, 10 to, this is where you write down larger, smaller, etc. You may wish to give units as well. Then the other comparison variable and the population. You may have done this in class, but I've got a Rio Olympics example here. Um, so the Rio Olympics task, it says this is about some of the competitors who went to the Rio Olympics in 2016, all from the US. They played or participated in those two sport type. Weight, height, and the gender was given. And here's a sample of the data. And of course, the data file looks like that. So there's quite a bit in there. And I've put that already on NZ Grapher, and I've started looking at height via gender. So my two categorical variables are males and females. They fall under the major or bigger group of gender or sex. And I'm looking at the heights, which is the numerical variable. The height is in meters, of course. So if I would like to pose an appropriate comparison question, this is how I would do it. I would go and say something like this. I wonder if male USA competitors, because that's who they are. These are not just any males, but these are the males who are from the USA and they went to compete in the Olympics, of course. Tend to, so here's my tend to have, here's my direction, larger weights. I could have done lighter weights, or I could have said weigh. I wonder if male USA competitors tend to weigh less. So there's so many versions you could use. Then here's my other comparison subgroup. So I'm comparing those two groups, male USA competitors with female. Now here's my population, all from there. Now, where do I get this from? Almost always in the assignment document or in the blurb, it'll be given where what the sample is representative of. So here, the sample can be considered representative of all USA competitors who participated in athletics and aquatic sports in Rio Olympics 2016. That's my population. So this data on the bottom here, which we put in Enzagrapher, that's a small sample from the larger population or larger pool of data. We haven't actually got all of them. So what it means in theory is whatever you will investigate, the comments you make will be indicative. That's another word of saying representative, or it may be true of whatever we can infer for the larger population. So, coming back to my question, this has to be your structure. I wonder if blah, blah, blah. Can you ensure your questions are of this structure and have a go at practicing some other questions? There will be more documents and assignments posted on your classroom pages by teachers. So, have a go and post some questions. You can always email me. I think I've got my email in this document and see how you go. Take care.